Hey guys, welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson. We're going to start a brand new series on coaching. And specifically in this one, Adam, I want to talk about the history of coaching because a lot of people don't realize how recent it is, how fast it's evolving, and all of those ins and outs. So I can tell you back before smartphones, before the internet, before social media, there were no coaches. There were basically just personal trainers or bodybuilders. I shouldn't even say personal trainers. That industry didn't even exist. But there were competitors who had some experience, and so they would kind of mentor other competitors in those gyms. And that's really how I got started. All the way back in 1993, I had done a show. It was my first drug-free show, and I happened to win the overall novice. And one of the guys in the open said, hey, you know what? You really got a lot of potential. You should talk to my friend. He owns a gym, and maybe he can help you a little bit. And so, again, this guy didn't have any kind of a formal program. He would never have even called himself a nutrition or prep coach. He just happened to be a gym manager who competed, and so he helped other people compete. And I remember coming down to Evansville. I wasn't even living in Evansville at that time, and meeting with this guy, and we went through, I mean, not only training, but all of those early foundational things that I needed, and that stuck with me. I didn't have the idea right then, hey, I think I'm going to create the bodybuilding prep industry, and 20 years later, they're going to call me the godfather of this. None of those thoughts were there. It was just me going through that experience, and then later on when I was in college, and people started asking me questions, I should say grad school, and people were, I was starting to mentor other people. Then I ended up buying a gym, and I was creating nutrition programming for general population clients and even competitors in that local gym. And all of a sudden, as I was writing for magazines, started getting asked to do this on kind of an online basis. At that point now, social media was just getting started. So I know all of that stuff was pre-Adam Atkinson. So Tell me where you came in to coaching and how you viewed it at that point.
Yeah, so I honestly got into bodybuilding coaching kind of accidentally after competing in my first show. Lots of people from my gym were like, wow, that was pretty amazing what you did. Can you help me do that? And I had a really long history of just general weight loss client diets. And then also I was helping powerlifters at the time. So then I just merged a lot of powerlifting and basically dieting to get those clients ready for a show. But, I think about the knowledge I knew then versus what I know now. But it just really evolved where there were hardly any coaches backstage when I used to coach. And then I think about 2 years of kind of coaching on my own, I had reached out to you and we started our peaking mentorship together, which was just super valuable. It took my clients to the next level. Immediately that year, I brought clients into the Arnold, and I think we had a top 11 and a top 3 placement down there, if I remember correctly. Which I had never even sent clients on NPC stage before. So that was where my career in this really took off. And, really in my area, there weren't a lot of coaches. I was aware of Cliff Wilson, and I knew that Cliff kind of had a very similar start. He was the guy in his gym, I believe in Chicago area. And then that grew, and then people started reaching out to Cliff from other areas. And that was kind of with me as well. Once I joined you, that kind of created my social network a little more, where the online community started reaching out to me more. But it used to be me printing off a piece of paper that I wrote for a client and then handing it to him. So just this idea of virtual coaching was very different. And I think to us, we almost have an advantage having some in-person coaching, because that really helps you set the trend for what you do with your online clients as well.
Absolutely. And in the next segment in this series, I want to talk about the future. So, that's a little background about where we started and where the industry started. And that's going to pick up next time, right where I think we're going to see some major evolution. So thanks for watching and listening, guys. Stay with us in the series. It's going to be a pretty fun one. We're going to even get into the traits of a good coach, how to pick a coach. So we will catch you next time.